Yo, what's good? It's your boy Coach Damo. We back with another message for today. Like today we talking about financial literacy. People who know me know I've been working in finances since 2019. Like I've pretty much been working in finances. Prior to that, I was in management for some years, and then prior to that, I was a business owner, which I for some years in two different cities that I just showed up in, and I just pretty much fitness wise I took over. And people don't realize like whether I was your coach or not, you were still under my teachings. You know what I'm saying? I made those trainings. I'm the one who wrote that meal plan that you were following under. Nobody put any input in on it. It was just me, and then I shared it with them. So a lot of things people are not even aware of, but it doesn't even matter to the point of this video overall. Because the overall point of this video is financial literacy, in that people still have not yet to catch up to the trap that they've been placed in, because they sign their names on things, and because they make payments they give you a credit score. But what people don't understand and what people be getting messed up on is going forward. See, you like say you get a house and you sign for 30 years, or some people be signing for more than 30 years. You have no idea what's going to happen in your life in 30 years. That's why that's a trap. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like certain luxuries you're supposed to build yourself up to them, but people don't want to wait to build themselves up. They get in position and just straight sign for it versus making a big ass payment onto it, then finishing it off through payments through a much smaller mortgage, so you can foresee what's coming. Like say if you pay majority of it and then you pay the rest of your house off in like 5 to 10 years. Like people I know that actually ended up owning those things, they made large payments up front. They chose to rent or do something else until they got into the point where they could make a large down payment. Or most people, as I stated, they come up through insurance. That's what a lot of people. That's why I got a job in insurance. That's why I held multiple insurance license, because I wanted to understand insurance, and so does my partner. My partner almost hold every insurance license that you can possibly have. She's missing just one. So my knowledge on what I'm talking about, I mean, it's just I'm not speaking from opinion. I'm speaking from experience of a helping other people sign mortgages, because I was helping them get their loans or get whatever they stuff to look a certain way for their score could reflect a certain way, and then when they pull to get them to sign for that house, they would be able to get in the house even though they owe a bunch of stuff that they have not paid. It's just a way that you can set up your stuff to look a certain way, because they only need a certain score. Like they would literally have people calling, like the people that's trying to get them in the house with the person, trying to get them to get their stuff in a certain, like say they need a loan to be in a state which they don't owe no money for the next few months or year. They'll put their loan in a forbearance, so that way they don't owe anything, so they're not being charged anything, so that's not part of the amount they. It's just so much when it comes to finances, and just people wanting to look before really building your financial profile to that position, to which that move will not put you in a financial hole later in the future, because you do not know what's going to happen when you sign for a 30-year mortgage. See, a lot of people want a certain car. Like a lot of people jump to a car. I could have been had a car. Like I've had the jobs, the income. That's what people don't know. Once you got the income, the resume, whatever, you can pretty much get whatever you want without having to pay for it. But it just goes on your financial profile, and it'll also keep you on a hamster wheel, because then you feel desperate to keep a job. Then you feel desperate to stay somewhere you don't like, and then you can't like say like if you want to just get a contract position and you complete that contract and you get paid a lot of money up front, if you don't owe anything, if you didn't sign your name on a bunch of stuff, you could do that, because then you could set up your finances in a way where, okay, I got this amount of time until this comes through, or you be doing stuff in between that. Like, but when you sign your name on stuff, it's just going to make you be stuck on the hamster wheel. You have no choice. You'll go all out. I feel like that's a reason for a lot of the stuff people do. That's why you got girls selling their body. That's why you got dudes selling they stuff, selling they self. People doing anything for money because the stuff that they didn't sign their name on. So that's where I'd be like, financial literacy is so important for my kids. They've been in financial literacy classes, taking them since they started school. I felt like that's because that's how they be tricking people. Me looking and working in finance, from loan servicing, banking, insurance, medical coding insurance, like all these different layers of. I even work for the government verifying people's income for unemployment. So when I'm telling you, I've seen it with my eyes. Like I worked the shit. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at people's income. I'm seeing what they're doing. That's why it became imperative that my children were understanding financial literacy, because I refuse to have them in the position that I've seen so many of us. So many of us. Like insurance be changing people's life. Insurance payouts definitely be the difference in some people's whole entire glow up for their entire family. I'm talking about for the entire be changing people's entire life. And I'm talking about when somebody dies. I'm talking about when people get in accidents. I'm talking about it's just so many different insurances that people don't know about. Life insurance is just the most common because it's the easiest one, and that's why so many people be, you got to watch your family. You really got to watch your family, because if a person got a policy on you, y'all really don't get it. Like, and that's why I'm like, financial literacy is so important in our community, because people don't understand the difference between having a good financial profile and a financial profile that's basically built on a false, like, like building a house. Like you got a bad foundation. Like I know a lot of people that rushed and jumped into houses and they signed for something that's worth way less than what they signed for, because the problems that persist with the house, because they didn't really do their research. They really just jumped into something or took a leap of faith or trust the person that was working with them to get them in the house. Like you got to understand, real estate agents are like sharks. That's their job. Their job is to just simply make sales. That's why I didn't even like working in insurance sales, because I don't like doing anything where I feel that I'm like forcing you to do something. I like more so teaching you to help you make an informed decision. I don't want to take advantage of people. I remember working in insurance like sales, and I was doing good. They was like, "Oh, you're going to do great when you get the floor, just make the sale." Just it was just so predatorial. Like I remember helping a dude get into it. I told them like, this plan, if I put him in this plan, he got this surgery coming up next year. Or he got this surgery coming up this year, later in the year. That if he's in this and if he stays in the insurance that he's in, he'll be good. He'll be covered. But if he switched to this, he can still go to his doctor or whatever. But that surgery that he's going to be in, that he's not going to be, that's not going to be covered in this plan based on this. I pointed this out to them. You know what they told me? Hey, just make the sale. If he makes the decision, that's his decision. Make the sale, present the plan. You got a good rapport with them, because it's all about building a rapport with that's why y'all need to check on y'all older people. Some of y'all don't call people that's older and they be lonely, and then they getting calls from insurance or this or that, and then people making connections with your older people and taking advantage of them. Y'all stupid. Like it's happening every day, because I'm like, I was in position to do so. That you get to talking to them, you make simple connections like, I was like, you can use this stuff to get more like products from the store. Like it was a little spiel I had. Like you can get little stuff from the store. This will give you more $200 worth of in-store purchases for, like, you said you got hair for shampoo. I got long hair too. We was making a connection, and he was talking about his hair and da 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 da. We was just I made a connection off something small and rode that connection all the way to him ultimately, and I didn't feel good about it. He ultimately got into that plan, and they celebrated me. I came off mute, and they was all celebrating me in the group chat. Everybody like, "Oh, you made your first sale." They was celebrating me hard, and I felt bad. You get what I'm saying? They even though the job, they are proud of me, because I ain't even hit the floor yet. I'm still in training, and I already had made a sale. I already got a dude in a different plan, and I just felt horrible. I went on break. My partner, I'm working from home as well. I went over to the space that she was in. I'm like, yo, I don't even feel good. I don't feel good doing this. I don't feel good doing this, not at all. Like it don't make me feel good. I'm getting paid by the hour. That was just more money on top of the money. Like that was they telling me, oh, you can get a black book of business. We got certain calls. We gonna feed you. All you got to do is get them on the phone and do the same thing. You just present it. You only got to highlight these things. See, it's certain things in insurance that an agent can leave out. An agent doesn't have to mention to you everything about the plan that may matter to you on the back end. They don't. That's why the game's so, bro. This shit's so rigged. It's so rigged. Like it's bad that it's bad that it is the way it is already, because insurance going, bro. I've been on the other side as far as like working insurance claims. So I done sold insurance, explained insurance, help people, like educate people on insurance. Then I actually been the person to actually process insurance claims. Insurance don't want to pay a fucking thing, bro. They don't. You be having to argue with y'all don't realize the shit that be going on the back end. Don't nobody want to pay nobody, bro. Nobody. The job that you working at don't want to pay you. You don't want to pay your insurance. Your insurance, when they get a claim, don't want to pay the claim. It be just it's crazy the way the world is set up, and then everybody rich at the same time. It's like, bro, the only way you can really be rich here, you gotta be rich in spirit, bro. You can't be whatever come your way. You gotta take it in. Like, bro, I done been up, down, up, down, up, down because the way that the world is designed. They be trying to make you miserable based off finances. You cannot let your happiness be based on finances, bro. It's billionaires that woke up and had nothing in their account, lost it all. So you cannot, if you put all your happiness based on finances, you will always be miserable. You will always be miserable because it's out of your control for real. It's all numbers. It's all numbers. Think about that. You $1 million, you ain't got it. If you let's say you got $20 million, you ain't got $20 million in your house. Bro, the bank, if you try to go to the bank and get $10,000, go try to get $10,000 out the bank. Tell me how that go. Go get five. They be looking at you like like you did something. They be having to, bro, you come in there with even a $5,000, $10,000 check, they're gonna call the manager out the back, etc. Like the, you don't even want you to you're not supposed to have money. When you be having money, they be looking at you like you crazy. They be looking at you like you dead ass crazy, and that's the difference of the people you could tell. And maybe it's just me because I'm that's my life because I'm a black male, and the way that I look, they just don't. I guess when I have things like they don't expect me to, so they be looking at me like they stupid. Like, or maybe I could be taking it from the wrong perspective. Maybe they could be looking at me like, damn, the way he presents it. I don't know what a person is thinking. I just know people just be when I be in these places, and I like that's what I witnessed. Like, I'm not telling you something based off what I think. Is I'm living my real life. I'm out here doing these things, and then I'm like, damn, this is really how I see how they treat the person before me. And then when I come, the manager gotta come, he gotta sign off on it, he gotta see it's taking a minute to be able to get what I asked for. And then people be selling this dream of because I got over a 700 credit score, I've been had over a 700 credit score, I don't have no debts. That's what people be talking about. What they, bruh, having no debt is the true street code, meaning you owe nothing. So if I'm not, let's say my job just closes tomorrow and everybody's fired, I don't owe nothing. So I'm pretty much. It's the only people who really got shit hard out here is who have their names signed on things that they have not actually paid for. Do y'all understand the shit they gonna have to do, bro? Especially with the way that the world is going. You signing for something in this era, and we to have no idea what's to come. People dropping dead right to left. Your significant other that you with today can be dead tomorrow based on taking a vaccine that your job told you had to take to keep your job. You see how we focused on everything but the shit that matters? Like I'm like having financial literacy is important, but for a lot of people, they already fell into the trap. And that's why our parents was always stressed out. I mean, you in a 30-year mortgage. Think about that. People that's in a 20-year mortgage, think about that. Do you know what the fuck is going to happen in 20 years? There's no fucking way you can predict 20 years. Like, that's why I'm like, if you don't come to the table when you like about to move into a house with a large sum of money to pay off a good portion, it's not necessarily the smartest investment. Most people who have houses, they was either it's like the family passed it down, put them in position, family project. You get what I'm saying? But just straight up signing for a 30-year mortgage, 20 plus year mortgage, like I don't agree that that's a good financial decision. Like, I feel like you should just stack up your money and like live below your means for a while. Find you somewhere that don't cost that much. Even though you make more than where you live, do that on purpose for some years. Stack up money. Don't let nobody know about it, whether they know or not. Just do you. Be move in silence. And then when you're ready to move, move and to like go put the money down. When you're ready to get a car, cash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't bullshit around. Like, the signing for it is not the good idea. And that's what everybody be doing. And I'm telling y'all, from looking at people's financial profile, from working in banking, from working in loan servicing, from working in insurance, like just hearing people's financial struggles all these fucking years. Like all these years, I'm having all these conversations on there, looking at people's accounts, typing in, sending reports, closing cases, and all this shit, escalating cases, arguing on people's behalf. Man, listen, I'm telling you, people's financial profiles are really fucked up. Especially the older you get, and you can ask my partner. I ask my partner, ask the mother of my children. She work in the same field. The older people get, the more fucked up their financial profile is when they doing that shit alone. So everybody who feel like, oh, I don't need this person, I don't need that. All right, especially in our era, keep moving forward and see how hard this shit gonna get for you when you do not have a partner. And it's not about just having a partner. It's about having a partner that is financially literate and responsible. Because it doesn't matter that you're making money if when you make money, you don't make smart decisions that in the future, you're going to have to pay for because you don't know what's going to happen. Your job can end today, but guess what? You signed for that 30-year mortgage. Or is your job going to be here 5 years from now? Is your job going to be here 10 years from now? But guess what? That mortgage will. Once you, that's the goal is to get, I want to be the person that get the person to sign for the 30-year mortgage. That's the goal. That's the person that's winning. Because then the agent, if he got, let's say I'm a real estate agent, and I done got 10 people to sign for 30-year mortgages. I'm straight. I got all y'all paying. You know, the money I'm making for y'all, plus still getting paid to be an agent. I'm good. But y'all doing it the wrong way, bro. And I'm saying this not to talk down on nobody. I'm saying it because I care. I know this information to myself. I could just continue raising my kids on it and be about my business. But I feel like a lot of people don't know. I mean, if they did, why are people still doing it? Because I'm like, yeah, you can have a good credit score by making payments, but I seen the desperation of when people get behind on payments and what they doing. That's why we got all these back pages. Why you think the strip club full with women with degrees and shit? Like, they be owing that money on them fucking school loans, and then you got your car pay, and then they be calling in like, but I had to pay my car, and I had to pay, and the government don't give a fuck about your car, your house, none of that, nigga. He want his money. Like, he don't care about, when you work in a government job, you see how real that shit can get. Motherfucker could file taxes, they would take your whole motherfucking tax return. And then you got every year at the beginning of the year when I was working in student loans, do you understand how many people was calling because they got their whole entire tax check taken? That shit was regular. That was a regular. We knew at that time of year we about to get a whole bunch of calls for this reason. Shit was like clockwork. Shit was like clockwork because all these people was not making their payments and then thinking that the government was gonna play with them. The government don't play like that. The government ain't never played like that. And the government don't care about your car payment, and the government don't care about your house payment. The government don't care. People have all kind of sob stories, and that's why that shit was going the way it was. And I'm like, and then you think people overspend on things that they shouldn't. Like a car is a bad investment. You're supposed to only buy something that you need, but people got to be flashy. People got to compete, so they sign for things that's overpriced. You making a bad decision, and then you got a house that also you didn't get good quality on, so that's overpriced. It got all these issues, and then it's 30 years. You in a financial drain for real, no matter how it looks. Like people don't, I understand finances on a whole nother level. People ain't that bright. Like it's the rush too that be fucking people up. Like they don't have the ability to really stay down. And I'm talking about stay down. Like you ain't down, but it may have to look that way until you can really pop it how you want to. But the people who really, really wealthy, that's what they do. Or they're working as a family. Most people who have wealth, that's a family thing. People don't know that wealth is a family thing. That's built by family, attained by family, and maintained by family. Most people's families, come on now. And that's why we all in the position that we in. Like family barely work together. Family be competing. I know mines do. I'm just speaking from my own perspective. I know probably some of the family work together. Like, oh, it's like sets within family. So I mean, come on, y'all. Well, because I'm thinking like, if my family ever worked all together, we got too much. Then we would already been. You get what I'm saying? But that's the way it's designed. People that fail for the design, and then we don't work in a business together. We all working for either we all got our separate business or we all working for somebody else's business. So it's not like where families don't put that all into one business together. Like we're not synced. So it's just like, and I know people got different skill sets, but you can use different skill sets within one business. Like, but people just, it's so hard to come together. And I ain't saying I got all the answers because I don't. And most people ain't going to get to this point in the video to even hear this because they gonna think, oh, you talking like I never talk like I got all the answers because I simply don't. I'm just living a life that's I'm paying attention. I feel like a lot of people ain't paying attention to what's going on around them. They don't read enough. They got smartphones, but they don't ask it any smart questions. They keep up with gossip more than things that actually matter. Things that actually matter. Like, you got to really think about it. People act like all the information that's being revealed about COVID was not available during the same exact time frame that they were pushing for you to get the COVID shots, because it was all being suppressed. I was talking about it, so many people was talking about it, like I know I was, and I felt like they kept blocking me because of it. They kept putting that little fact check under my stuff, like they was saying what I was saying was wrong, basically. So many people attacked me. Like, it's sad now, because and then you got to think of all the women in the medical field who were forced to take the jab as part of their job. I'll be thinking, like, was that a setup? Because they let all these women become nurses around this same time, like the last from 2020 to 2026. I have never seen this amount of women become nurses. I'm talking about damn near everybody became a RN, LPN, some type of nurse. It was crazy, like how many of our, and I'm talking about us, I'm talking about women of color became a nurse during this same time period. They gonna make you take all these injections, all these experimental injections. I be feeling like it's a setup. Like, that's why you got to be careful, man, and you got to really you got to move off spirit, and you got to listen to your discernment. Like, and at this time, is you really got to trust your gut. You got to trust your discernment. I be trying to. I've always been what I've been, and that's why I made the impact in everybody's life that I have, because I've always been what I've been. I ain't never really changed. I'm the same person. People would think, "Oh, you this, you that," but really, quite sane. I'll be the most sane person in the room as far as what's going on for real. Like, you will go insane when you live in a world where everybody on bullshit acting like that's the real shit, but you the person like, look, bro, it's the real shit, and nobody paying. Like, people want to bullshit basically, but when you on the bullshit, people on the bullshit with you. Like, I've been seeing that from when we was started Herbalife. The people that was all around us wasn't around us no more. And they was only there for the kickbacks. Like, they ain't even come to the gym or nothing like that. When we first started, they all dispersed. You get what I'm saying? Like, because people gonna be around you for different reasons. And most of the time when you doing something positive, I mean, typically the people speaking the truth gonna be suppressed. They don't want that, because it's still, think about it. Everything that's being released, they didn't release everything they want to release, but they ain't released the full Epstein files. They, even when they released it, the files they released, they still got a lot of stuff redacted, names blacked out. Like, they didn't give it to you raw, uncut, unfiltered. Like, man, I be thinking to myself, I don't feel like people will ever wake up. I be making videos with like the future to see that it was people out here that knew what was going on, and it's just nobody will listen. Like, they don't listen until somebody they want to hear it from say it. Another person can take what you say the same thing, and they'll act like it's their first time hearing it. Sit. It's your boy Coach Damo signing out. I be doing these videos like this for when my son see it in the future. He gonna know my dad was really, he was one of them ones. He wasn't no fool out here. It's just, I was in this. I was just in the era that I was in, and I did what I could. But that's it, man. Everybody have a blessed one. Enjoy the rest of your day.